tonight, and we're happy to have all of you here. And we're so fortunate to have a lot of our citizens that's just going through a class. We'll hear from them a little later on tonight, but we're happy to have you here. We're going to ask Reverend Michael Jackson to please come and bring our invocation, and then we're going to ask everyone to help join in with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, our Father, we thank you now for this time. We thank you now for this council session. We're asking that you bless our mayor and bless our council. We thank you for our city and continue to bless the city and the citizens, God, and the staff and the government that makes up this body. Now, God, we ask that you bless this meeting. It's in Jesus' name we do pray, and all of God's children said, Amen.
Amen. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Each of you have been given a copy of our minutes of our last meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Has been motion approved that we will accept our minutes for October the 10th, 2023. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign, ayes have it, and it is so carried. We have no employee recognitions, no board of an agency appointments, no public hearings. We're down to delegations. Mr. Bill Honeycutt, Downtown Development Authority.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for letting me speak tonight and on short notice. And I'm here today. I'm Bill Honeycutt. I'm the Executive Director of the Downtown LaGrange Development Authority. Today we had our board meeting, our monthly board meeting, and my board unanimously voted to ask me to come and read this statement to you guys here this evening. This is the DLDA's response to events that occurred downtown on November 3rd and 4th. On the night of November 3rd and into the early morning of November 4th, downtown LaGrange was overtaken by a large group of unlawful people that created chaos and fear from our law-abiding citizens. We had an enormous rush of complaints from the citizens attending a wedding at Delevant who were afraid when they left, and especially those that had to walk back to the hotel. We also received complaints from downtown employees from multiple businesses that got off work during this time and were afraid to go to their parked vehicles. This issue of public safety has been building and a growing concern for quite some time. It appeared as though many of the crowd were not citizens of LaGrange or Troup County, but were coming in from other areas to be a part of the mayhem. This type of activity is a cancer to our town and our community. We cannot allow activity like this to take hold here or it will grow rapidly. We are at a critical juncture in our downtown. The DLDA is working hard to create a place where diverse backgrounds and cultures can thrive in a fun, family-friendly, and safe environment. There's absolutely no place for violence and aggressive, unlawful behavior from people who have no respect for the law enforcement, other citizens, or even themselves. We strongly encourage you guys, the mayor and city council, to support the law enforcement officers and to create laws and ordinances that make sure criminal elements cannot thrive here and are not welcome in downtown LaGrange. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Honeycutt. I also like to add, I concur with everything that you're saying. We're going to work with our chief and come up with something, because we've spent too much money downtown, the city has, trying to revitalize downtown, and we've done an excellent job in doing so with bringing our movie theater downtown, Delevant, so many things, the amphitheater, so many things, the hotel. We've done all of this to revitalize downtown, and we're not going to allow anyone to bring it down. So trust me when I speak for the council, we are going to do something. This is our city, and if we don't do something about our city, about the crime that's downtown, we're going to lose what we've invested in. So I promise you, we will be doing something. I was thinking about, I was talking to some of the others about requiring that the owners of these different clubs or establishments downtown would be required to have an off-duty police officer that will be in view, so people will know that we have officers downtown, and people will be feel much better downtown being safe. Certainly, Delevant is one of those places that we use constantly And we use that because it is a place that you can go and have a good, clean fun and good time. So we're going to make sure that we're going to get together. We're going to do something for that. So we thank you, Downtown Development, for bringing this before us, and we don't take that lightly. Thank you so very much.
Hey, quick question for you, Bill. You know what caused the altercation on Friday night? Anybody got?
I don't, and from what we heard, saw, it was all over town. It wasn't one specific incident. You know, there is speculation that the crowd from the LaGrange game poured fuel on the fire on that evening, and it certainly didn't seem to help. But there were issues down there before that game even ended. I happened to be down at that wedding and saw it myself, and was a part of, you know, seeing it and being an eyewitness is a different experience than being told about it. But the bottom line is, we are not going to have the type of citizens and people coming to live and enjoy our downtown if that kind of behavior is happening in our streets and our parking lots and parking decks. Plain and simple.
True. I know there was a few problems with the with that establishment too. You know, before that fight broke out, there's been a couple of problems with this, some things that they've been doing there and stuff. So I just want to just be fair that I know our citizens have to act right and act accordingly. We want a safe environment, but we also have to safeguard and check these businesses out as well.
Yeah, so we need laws and ordinances. One business is not the problem. We need laws and ordinances because if you shut down one business, they just gonna move across the street and move somewhere else. We've got to have it where people that act like that are not welcome in our downtown.
Yeah, now, don't put no words in my mouth. I don't want no business shut down. I'm just saying that there's been illegal activities in some of these businesses, and I want to make sure that they're going to be, held responsible as well as the citizens. Anybody that's a troublemaker that comes downtown, they need to be held accountable, but the businesses as well too.
We're going to get with Chief Five Ash. We're going to discuss this.
Can you give me just 30
Of course,
seconds?
go right ahead, Mr. Gaston.
I asked for this about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. We need better coordination of events that are taking place in the downtown area. I need the Downtown Development Authority to publish a calendar of something of events that are taking place. And then we have the tourism that has events that are taking place. And we need to somehow get these in front of our staff. And I'm gonna tell you, Sue Olson, no slight against you unless you're doing a great job, but Sue Olson knew what you guys were doing, knew what everybody else was doing, and she's not here anymore. We need a calendar so we don't have conflicting events, and so we can staff appropriately and we can get that information to Chief Five Ash. I think that everything could have been avoided with better coordination.
So we do, when we have events downtown, that process goes through the city and they know. Now, we don't produce a calendar of, say, every wedding and every event that happens at Delaware. We had 240 something last year. So, I mean, those events shouldn't trigger any anomaly downtown. And the events last Friday, we did not have an event downtown. There was nothing going on for the DODA or tourism.
Okay.
So, I don't disagree with you. Coordination, communication, and everyone being on the same page of what's happening is certainly critical, but the events of Friday night had nothing to do with any of that.
But again, we're going to go work with Chief Five Ash. We're going to come up with some things.
This is appropriate time for
for
the motion for the money.
it's appropriate time for the motion, yeah. If you get a second or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to make a motion to approve an additional $50,000 for Chief Five Ash so he can authorize more overtime without coming back before the council and asking for more money. That way he's able to operate a little bit more freely. I would like to get a second on that from somebody.
Second.
Have the motion proper second that we'll allocate another $50,000 for Chief Five Ash for overtime. All in favor, let me see by raising your hand. Yes, discussion.
Chief Five-Ash, can you step up here?
Yes, sir.
Chief Five-Ash, the question is, do you need this $50,000 right now, or is it, you feel like you're going to be, this is something you think is going to be needed before our budget of next year, July 1st?
I think when we did the initial ask of $50,000, the plans we had in place were to carry us through the 1st of January and then reassess what we need. One of our principal issues right now, thank you very much for the help that we've already been given. I think we can certainly use it. But one of the problems we're facing right now is not so much the monetary portion, but just the staffing and the manpower. We have, these guys are working 12 hours a day and then getting off work and going and working another 8, 10, 12 hours somewhere else, and it's just filling the positions. We were in talks with a couple of the businesses earlier in the week where we have had some problems traditionally. They are willing to staff part of that with an armed officer, but there again, it's not so much about providing the security as it is just having the manpower to get them there.
Not to cut you off, but
Sure.
I think you told us this afternoon work session that we're possibly going to be down to only 7 officers short.
That's correct.
Shortly.
Yes, sir.
So we're making some headway.
Yes, sir.
with this.
Most definitely.
But we're also not calculating for all this growth that we're experiencing.
That's-
So we got to be looking for
Way down the road. Yes, sir.
So I guess the question is, can we overrun our hours trying to work people in overtime? Or is there some other things that we need to be looking at to try to get this staffing up?
One of the things that we are putting into place some additional recruiting efforts. That is helping. We've got a lot of people calling, just not a lot of people doing what they say they're wanting to do. And you and I talked specifically some of the other changes that we're making with the uniforms in the cars. We do feel like that's going to attract some other folks as well. But that's an effort that's not going to be culminated until probably around the first of the year as well. It's just simply having the folks to put in places. As far as staffing the downtown positions, with additional security that the businesses will provide for themselves, of course, we're more than willing to open that up to the sheriff's department to simply have somebody there. And along that same line, when we talk about manpower and we talk about addressing issues, that's one of the issues that we faced the night of the football game. If I have 100 officers and I put them all at the football game, that's still not going to guarantee something's not going to happen, but that is certainly a deterrent. Our problem is when we have an issue at the ball game, then we have an issue on Hogansville Road, so everybody runs there, and then we have an issue on Daniel Street, and then we have an issue downtown. We spent most of that night running from place to place because through social media, through people communicating, they talk to each other and they say, hey, the police are over here, so let's go over there. And so that's another one of the problems that we face in curtailing the situation.
So just so we get back to the vote.
Sure.
If you don't use the money, then you can return the money.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kelsey, is that okay as far as amending the budget? If we approve this money, then if it's not used, it
would just stay in the general fund, yes,
So
sir,
it won't be pulled until
until he actually uses it,
Okay.
yes, sir.
If you
Monitor
had
that.
those 7 additional officers, would you need this money for overtime? Would that alleviate the
most
strike?
definitely.
You would still need it?
Yes, and just for the simple fact, more people is more positions we can put in more places. That just helps us feel, there are a lot of overtime jobs, or a lot of security jobs, even at this point, even before we started having issues that go unfilled, just because simply, and a portion of it is generational. This generation, they like their time. I like money growing up. I like to have it in my pocket, so I never have a problem working extra jobs, but that's one of the big things we see now. When people are off, they don't want to commit their time to working extra jobs. But more people is, of course, more positions we can fill, and I certainly think we could use it, most definitely.
Thank you, Chief Five-Ash.
Okay, thank you.
No other discussion. We have a motion on the floor. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, let me know by raising your hand. All opposed, and it passes unanimously.
make those adjustments.
All right. Those of you that are standing in the back, there are some seats in the front if you all will come and sit down. Stand up. Okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Portia Kincaid, is she here? No. Ms. Kincaid is not here. LaGrange 101, graduating class. I'd like to read this first. We would like to recognize our 2023 graduating class of LaGrange 101. LaGrange 101 is a free 6-week citizens education class that offers community members an opportunity to experience an inside look at the LaGrange government and help to develop, inform, and involve citizens. This class began Monday, October the 2nd, and completed on Monday, November the 6th. We would like to take this following engaged citizens, thank the following engaged citizens for taking an interest in this local government, in their local government. When you hear your name called, please come forth and receive your certificate and take a picture with us. And our music to be cut off.
April Armstead.
Right here.
Yes, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Tyler Baker.
Congratulations. Stretch.
Mike Wesberry. Johanna Bion.
Good job, Nikki.
Evan Crocker.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Veronica Dowell.
Oh, no, thank you. Congratulations.
Ida Durand. Nikki Franklin.
Yeah, where's the cupcake?
Travis Hart.
And as the self-proclaimed valedictorian. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, sir. Yep.
Lonnie Hollis.
Congratulations, ma'am. You look very lovely in your purple. Thank you.
I don't see Iris Lovelace, but I do want to mention that she was also very, very engaged in this class.
That's death in the family.
Oh, yes, thank you, sir. Dot Mallard Smith.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ma'am.
John Mahaffey.
Congratulations, sir.
Inez Patterson.
Yes, the new Secretary of State of the United States. Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Darby Pippin.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tabby Robinson.
Congratulations.
Congrats, ma'am.
And Cassandra Woodyard.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
There we go.
protocol.
Just send me both of them.
Thank you to all of our graduates.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Adam for doing such a wonderful job. Adam and Katie, they always put on a great class each year. And I want to thank each one of you for taking out of your time to look at the inner workings of the city of LaGrange. And those of you that go through the class, you can see now, it's a lot that go on in the city that our citizens really don't know anything about. There's a lot that go on to keep our city rolling each day, from our utility department all the way to our police department, fire department. It's a whole lot go on. And we work with a $26 million budget, and we are able to meet our budget each year, and we're the block each year. We have a great city manager that makes sure she tracks all of our spending. So to the citizens of LaGrange, we appreciate each one of you and know that we're in good hands, have a great council, and we're in good hands here in LaGrange. Thank you so much. Now, we have our petitions and communications, Board and Planning and Zoning's appeal recommendation on a request to rezone 98 Gordon Commercial Drive from campus general industrial to agribusiness to traditional neighborhood mixed use.
Mr. Costa.
And Mr. Costa.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. As we discussed this morning during the work session, on October the 23rd, members of our Planning Commission recommended that a parcel located at 98 Gordon Commercial Drive be rezoned from campus general industrial and agribusiness to traditional neighborhood mixed use. If it's your pleasure to do so, the action item for this evening is to call for a public hearing to be held on December the 12th.
Make a motion to call for public hearing.
Second.
There's a motion second to call for public hearing. All in favor, aye?
This the one on the trailers. This the one on the trailers.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
Opposed by the same sign? Ayes have it, so carried.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. B, Board and Planning and Zoning's appeal recommendation on request to rezone 54 acres located at 1510 Lucan Industrial Drive from campus general industrial to agribusiness to special district manufacturer housing.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, as we also discussed this morning during the work session yesterday, members of our Planning Commission recommended that a parcel located at 1510 Lucan Industrial Drive be rezoned from campus general industrial and agribusiness to special district manufactured housing. If it's your pleasure to do so, the action item for this evening is to call for a public hearing to be held on December the 12th.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion, we go through the public hearing. I mean, see where we're.
Second.
Having a motion proper second, we go through the public hearing. Let us note on our records that Councilman Gaskin is recusing himself of this vote. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign?
Opposed.
Ayes have it, and it's so carried. Okay. Board and Planning and Zoning's appeal recommendation on a request rezoning 95.4 acres of property located on North Davis Road from suburban single-family residential and traditional neighborhood mixed use to traditional neighborhood residential.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, as we discussed this morning during the work session, yesterday members of our Planning Commission recommended that a parcel located in the 200 block of North Davis Road be rezoned from suburban single-family residential and traditional neighborhood mixed use to traditional neighborhood residential. If it's your pleasure to do so, the action item for this evening is to call for a public hearing to be held on December the 12th.
Motion to call for public hearing.
Second.
Has a motion proper second, we'll call for a public hearing. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign? Ayes have it, and it's so carried. It passes unanimously. Finally, a request to annex and rezone 7 parcels located adjacent to Vulcan Material Road and Sam Walker Drive on Hamilton Road.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, as we also discussed this morning during the work session, the Troup County Board of Commissioners has requested that 7 parcels located on Hamilton Road near Sam Walker Drive and Vulcan Material Road be annexed into the city of LaGrange. If it's your pleasure to move forward with this annexation request, official notice will be sent to the applicant.
Motion to call for public hearing.
Second.
Has been motion for public hearing. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign? Ayes have it, and so carried. And we will contact the county.
Yes, I'll contact them tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one real quick question in regards to that.
Yes, sir.
Does that include the old prison?
Yes, it does. The old, Troup County Correctional Institute. Yes.
Work camp?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so the county's getting some good stuff. All right, city manager report.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a few tonight. The first, the financial statements for October, as well as the payment of bills over $2,000 are attached to your agenda materials. I will tell you at this point, we are tracking very closely to our budgets as anticipated. Don't have any particular comments, but we'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have about the financials.
Tracking high or tracking below?
We're tracking a little bit higher on our revenues than anticipated, about 2%, about 1% on expenses. So we're really, really close. So.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
But revenues are exceeding our expenses at this point in the year.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? All right.
This morning we talked about our December 26th meeting. That is a meeting that is actually a scheduled holiday for the city. So we talked about rescheduling that meeting to December 19th, if that's the pleasure of the mayor and council.
Do we
Just
need
need a
a
motion.
I motion to move our meeting, our December 26th meeting to December 19th.
Which is the Tuesday before.
Has a motion proper second that we reschedule our meeting for December the 26th to December the 19th. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign? Ayes have it, and it
Real
so
quick
carried.
discussion. That does include a work session, we're not just having.
We would
The
have work
5:30.
session and the 5:30 that same day. It looks like you'll have a lot of votes to take on some zoning issues
Okay.
on that night.
Yeah.
So you'll kind of be back to back. You'll have your first reading and then you'll have your second reading a week later.
Okay.
And finally, Mr. Mayor, this morning we discussed some needed repairs to the front steps of City Hall. Staff would request the council amend the budget for City Hall maintenance to increase that $100,000 to address the needed repairs to the front steps.
Second.
Has been motion and twice second that we approve this for city council, city hall steps. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed by the same sign, and it passes unanimously. All right, now we have authorizing the city manager and clerk to enter into an agreement with MEAG and the city of Beaufort.
Yes, sir. This is an agreement that would sell excess capacity in our electric system to the city of Beaufort. Mr. Bowie thoroughly discussed this morning at our work session, and staff would recommend council's approval.
Motion approved. Second.
Has been motion properly second. They will approve this for the city manager and the clerk to go into the agreement with MEAG for the city of Beaufort. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed by the same sign? Ayes have it, and it is so carried. Authorizing city manager to opt out of DuPont 3M class action suit.
As we've discussed, there's a pending class action lawsuit against DuPont and 3M on behalf of certain water systems in the United States, which seeks to recover costs that may be required to treat water to reach what is ultimately determined to be an acceptable level of PFAS chemicals in drinking water. While the city's initial tests have shown that we're within the expected EPA tolerance, there's not enough information currently to estimate what costs might be needed and might be incurred down the road. For this reason, staff recommends that council authorize the city manager to take whatever actions are necessary to opt out of the DuPont 3M class action suit, which would reserve your right in the event you need to later to file an independent action.
Motion to authorize city manager to opt out. Second.
Has been motion properly second that we will approve the city manager to opt out of this lawsuit. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed by the same sign, and it passes unanimously. We have no first reading on ordinances. We have second reading of ordinances modifying the undefined development regarding vinyl siding regulation.
An ordinance of the Mayor and Council of the City of LaGrange to amend the zoning ordinance of the city to allow certain existing structures to utilize vinyl siding as part of an exterior remodeling project, to repeal conflicting ordinances to fix an effective date and for other purposes.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Has been motion properly second, and it passes unanimously. Closing comments. Ms. Thatcher.
Yes, sir. The good news for tonight, we're excited to report that the city has broken ground on the bike playground that will be located across from Berta Weathersby Elementary School on Forest Avenue. This bike playground, of course, will be connected to the Thread Trail to be a great addition. Also, we want to invite the community to celebrate the City of LaGrange's birthday Friday, December 15th on Lafayette Square. We'll have a quick celebration to honor the city's birthday. We'll have more information soon, but wanted to announce it. Of course, we were incorporated December 16th, 1828.
1828. Thank you so much, Ms. Van Schuer. I want to say this to all of you. I have been going to different schools, and this week, I was at a groundbreaking at Lafayette Christian School, and those of you that have time to go by some of those schools, it is fascinating. I have been rejuvenated, I'll say that, whatever the word is, I've gotten a new look on things. Our youth, they're doing so much with our youth. I went to Berta Weathersby, I went to the new school out on Davis Road, can't remember the name of it. Clearview. Yeah, Clearview. I also went to Hope Academy and some of the other schools. When I tell you the teachers are doing an excellent job with the students, and finally with the school that we did the groundbreaking on this week, Lafayette Christian Academy. We went to the pre-K. Pre-K students are reading. Pre-K students were doing the Pledge of Allegiance. They was doing all of the things. It was just fascinating, and it just, once again, rejuvenated me, and it gave me a new outlook on it. Our young people are doing great, and we have a lot to look forward to for our city. With that being said,
Hold on, I got one closing argument. Meg.
Argument?
Not argument, but if possible, Meg,
Yes, sir.
could you have Patrick to show us how we're tracking on those partial payment light bills? I would like to know how many of those has been paid. Have they started making payments on them?
Okay.
Just trying to stay ahead of the curve on them because contrary to popular belief, I think it's going to be tailwind on January, February. So I just wanted, some information on that to see where we are.
Yes, sir, we'll be glad to do that for you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that being, yes. No, ma'am, you're not on the agenda. We can't, you have to get on the agenda. We're at the end of the meeting, so if you don't mind, get on the next agenda and we'll be able to let you speak.
What day and where?
Call Melissa at City Hall and we can get you on the agenda. Thank you so very much. This meeting is now adjourned.